Hey, how's it going? I'm Jen. Welcome back to my channel. In this week's video, we're getting a little bit spicy. We are going to be making homemade Pico De Gallo, as well as using some really nice fresh avocados and making homemade guacamole. We're going to go ahead and jump right into making the pico. Rainbow Pico De Gallo. That's what we're going to make. And the only reason I call it that is because we have different colored tomatoes. These are actually not tomatoes, they are tomatillos. They're a little bit sour. They're really good though in salsa. These are kind of an artisan grape tomato, cherry tomato. These are Romas, and these are just regular salad tomatoes. So we're gonna go ahead and start dicing them up. If you don't feel like dicing little tiny tomatoes like I am here, but you still want the colorful salsa, you can go ahead and use a green tomato or a yellow tomato. Just make sure that you de-seed those as you go. I like using the tomatillos because they are a little bit more sour, but they're easier to dice too. The inside of them look totally different than tomatoes. See, there's like not really the seedy part. After you give your onion a quick dice, you want to go ahead and start dicing up your jalapeno. You want to slice it in half, take out the stems and the seeds. That's the hottest part. And you want to make sure that you dice it as small as possible. That way you don't end up with a huge bite of jalapeno. Somebody might really not like that big burst of spiciness. After we do our jalapeno, we're going to go ahead and do our cilantro. Make sure you cut off all the stems. And you want to just dice up the leaves as fine as possible. And while you're doing this, you might want to put a towel under your cutting board so it doesn't scoot across the counter and you possibly cut your hand, but whatever. All right, we're actually close to being done with our pico. We're going to add some garlic. I'm using cheater garlic again. But you want to add a couple cloves. Add some salt to it. And I don't know where my pepper grinder is, so I'm just going to sprinkle that on there. And also, dang it, that's not open. Cheater lime juice today. Squeeze about a tablespoon. Yeah, that's good. Now we're going to mix it all together. Let's see if we got everything we need in there. I think it needs a little bit more salt, a touch more pepper. Now you can eat this now, or I'm gonna put mine in the fridge and cover it with some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge for a few hours. And by then everything will be nice and, joined together. All the flavors will be hanging out pretty well by that point. Okay, so we are going to cover this up and see what everybody else thinks about it in a little bit. All right. Now we are going to make guacamole. This recipe is from foodnetwork.com, Alton Brown recipe. I decided to use it because every time I've ever made guacamole, I've just used avocados and a packet. And I mean, it's good, but I want to try something just a little bit, better. So the recipe calls for 3 avocados, 2 Roma tomatoes, half of an onion. This is a whole jalapeno. It calls for half. We probably won't put all of it in there. A tablespoon of cilantro, half a teaspoon each of kosher salt, cumin, and cayenne pepper, and 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So let's get started. To cut an avocado, you need to cut it all the way around the big pit in the middle. You want to twist it. Take the heel of your knife here. Do it good and twist it out. If you live in the right climate, you can save those and plant trees. Let's see if we have better luck with this pit. Nope. Nope. And that's why you maybe use a spoon. now that I have performed first aid on myself, taken the last seed out with a spoon. Now it says to take all of the meat of the avocado out of the skin. Just run your spoon around the edge. Get all of that out of there. Boop. Scrape the skin. Okay, and now for the rest. Now, the recipe says to take the lime juice, pour it all over avocados there, and then toss to coat. There's a little bit down there. Okay. It said to reserve what was left over, but I don't have any left over. The next thing is to mash up your avocados with a potato masher. I can't find mine. So I'm gonna go the difficult route and do it with a fork. This is gonna take a minute. Bended my fork. Okay, well, I'm gonna bend my fork a little bit more and I'll get back to you once this is all mushy. Lots and lots of mashing later. Which, by the way, took forever. I did go back through and run my knife through it a little bit. So it was a little bit easier. That made it a little bit easier. But see, there's still fairly large chunks. Anyway, I gotta fix that. So we take our seasoning here, our salt, cumin, and cayenne, and we're gonna put that in, and we're gonna finish mashing this up. All right, fold in our onion now. Oh, that's not too much onion. It was a big old onion. Okay, and then cilantro. And just half of this jalapeno, because that is a whole jalapeno there. Oh, and forgot to dice my tomato. But since we just went over dicing tomatoes, I'm not gonna bore you. Got all of our ingredients in the bowl. It said a clove of garlic. Once again, cheater garlic. It said on here that 1 teaspoon is approximately 1 to 2 cloves of garlic. So there we go. Now let's stir this bad boy up. Oh gosh, it looks like these onions could have gone with a little bit of a finer dice. Oh well. I guess we're just gonna call this homemade chunky guacamole. Yeah, let's go with that. We wanted it to be chunky. Right? Sure. Okay, let's try this now. See if we need to add more lime juice to it. Okay. We got a little bit of everything, right? All right. Man, that's good. Man, that's good. Damn. Well, so this is better than packet. I am going to add one more squeeze of lime juice in it though. And then, after I mix that in, cover it with plastic wrap. The recipe does say to leave it on the counter at room temperature for an hour before serving it. Cover it with plastic wrap. And, come on now. Put that plastic wrap right down on top of your guacamole so that the air does not turn it brown, because that's gross. We got our guacamole. We're gonna set it out to the side, clean up this hot mess, and then when people get here, we will have them taste test.
That tastes like Ecuador.
Like Ecuador?
It does. That's who I imagine makes the best guacamole.
This is really good. The pico, you can taste the pico in it.
Yes.
Speaking of pico, I made rainbow pico.
Is it Pikachu? Pikachu?
Why don't you help me out a little bit? There you go.
That guacamole right there would make any Chad happy. Any Brad, any Clint.
Chads are douches. They're hard to make happy.
Yeah.
What about a Kyle? Would a Kyle like that?
Not enough Monster Energy drink.
Don't forget about Jacob.
It's some good guac, and that pico is on point. Keep breaking the chips off in there. I'm gonna get a pico me eating it.
You're so dumb.
I mean, it's high quality pico.
Yeah.
This is the Panera bread of pico.
Panera pico.
This is the Ugg boots, Ugg boots and Starbucks of pico.
I hate you both.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was what we were going for. My bad.
No.
Thanks for watching. I hope you guys liked the video. If you did, hit the like button. If you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe. Click the bell icon. That way you know every time I upload a video. And the link for the Food Network recipe will be linked below. I'm going to leave you now with this video of my dog.